So once again, Hoop fans, Lori Shepard coming to you.
We're going to talk a lot about fantasy football rankings. I want to give the biggest shout out to high school sports.
Belly cut the defender, gets the ball, and it falls at the buzzer!
And we're live.
And we're live.
And we're here.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. We are here on a beautiful Monday, live on Aired Out Facebook page, Four Quarters, and check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Welcome in. Wheels is back safely. Fighting a cold that she's had for over a week. Got a little bit of sleep. CB's doing the driving as usual, coming in like a hurricane from work. CB, thank you for doing everything that you always do. Wheels, how was it?
It was great. It was, so driving to Florida with one driver, don't recommend it.
Nope.
No.
I really don't.
Never would recommend it. No.
That just sounds terrible.
It does, doesn't it?
I mean, it's not, it's a boring drive because it's all highway.
Yeah. Way boring.
Way boring.
Way.
I got a little sleep on the way down there. We pulled over and I think it was like Virginia or something, rest area. I slept for 3 hours.
That sounds about where I used to stop.
Yeah, I crashed hard.
Yeah.
And then we finished from there. I mean, I drove the whole way there. Had a little help on the way back, but like with one main driver, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
It's
That's
definitely
insane.
a lot. Besides the drive and besides the fact that I was sick literally the entire time. Like
There's a theme here.
I get sick.
When you go on vacation,
Yeah.
you get sick.
I get sick like once, twice a year.
See, isn't it weird?
Right? Because you were sick on your vacation.
I was sick on my vacation too.
So I woke up the Saturday
Yeah.
we left. I woke up not feeling great, and as the day progressed, I felt worse. So once we headed out at 6 p.m., I was toast. I was like, "This is going to be great." Didn't get better the whole week. In fact, I got worse. Got some laryngitis.
Oh my gosh.
And you're helping out with softball.
And I was
You
helping
need your
out with
voice.
softball.
Need your voice.
Had a little mishap with a backpack, as you probably all heard about. Those of you that are
There'll
hat
be a-
people, you will understand the pain.
There'll be a GoFundMe page.
There's a GoFundMe page. So whoever found my backpack, I hope they're a Yankees fan, a North Carolina fan.
Get some good running shoes.
Yep.
That's
I hope they like
rough.
to run, and I hope they're blinder than a bat because my prescription glasses are in there. So,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So besides all of that, it was an awesome trip.
Yeah.
The weather was fantastic. The Jackie Robinson Training Complex is amazing.
I bet it is.
It
It looks it from the photos
it's-
you sent.
Like I was in awe. I got goosebumps the first time I got to the field. 42s
Nice.
everywhere, memorials of him, pictures of him, quotes that just you could just feel it there. The Otter Valley softball team was the only team there, so they had the whole
Really?
complex to themselves.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Which was pretty awesome. North Country baseball came a couple days after. But as far as softball goes, they were the only ones there. And so what they did was they practiced twice a day, and then they had games at night.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's cooler at night there. For the girls, I mean, they went from 35, 40 degree weather to 90.
Yeah.
So the first day, they're all complaining how it's too hot, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me."
Teenagers.
You guys have not been outside. You've been outside maybe once. But what a great experience, like to be able to practice with them.
Yes. Is this their first time going?
This is their first time
Nice.
going. They are going to try and go every other year. So Addison will go again, hopefully as a junior, and hopefully by then we can get her to fly.
Is
Maybe
that
you
the
can
main-
talk her into it.
Okay. All right. I think I forgot about
Yeah.
that. She doesn't like to fly.
She doesn't.
just take
Maybe-
some Dramamine.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
just
maybe
pass
she changed
out.
her mind after this.
Maybe.
Right.
But
It's
Addie
a
was
long
wonderful
ride.
on the trip.
All right.
Like, you wouldn't even have known she was in
likes
there
a
half
good
the
road
time.
Trip.
And you know what? The competition there, so obviously Florida softball, you can play 12 months a year there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So what they do is they have like these top tier travel teams come in and they scrimmage the teams that come in from New England. And the caliber of talent, I tell you what, you guys, these kids, I mean, they were like some 12-year-olds throwing like 65, 70 miles an hour.
Scrape your jaw off the ground.
Oh,
a few
yeah.
times.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're all just so like they all move in unison. Like no matter what happens, everybody's moving in unison. Everybody's going, and like it was just incredible to watch. Obviously, it's pitching and talent we will never see here, just because we don't have that luxury of playing 12 months out of the year. But I'm glad. I was so grateful I got to go. So grateful I got to watch. I thought Addison had a great week. I heard that you guys talked about her.
We did.
She started at first base the majority of the time. They brought 16 players. They brought some JV players. He did well letting everybody play and enjoy the experience.
As they should.
But I was really impressed with Addie's discipline at the plate. That was my biggest thing.
That was my biggest thing, watching those 2 at-bats.
And for me, it was
Her
great to
plate
see
discipline.
because when she was growing up and younger, she loved the high ones and wouldn't lay off the high ones. And she just didn't want to walk. So she would swing at everything and anything and had no discipline. So she's really grown up as far as like being a great hitter and being patient and fouling off the pitch until she gets the one she wants. So
I enjoyed the one where she struck out more than her hit.
Yeah.
Just because of the plate discipline. I was like, oh my God, fouled off 2 or 3, stayed alive. And again, great pitching she's going up
great
against.
pitching.
But her discipline at the plate, I'm like, never in my life.
Yeah.
And I've played softball since I was this high.
Yep.
Never had plate discipline.
And I was very, very impressed with that. And, you know, that clip I sent you where she struck out, I go, what'd she get you on? And she knew, which is what amazed me the most. She's like, she threw that rise. And I'm like, exactly. Yeah. I said, it did what it was supposed to do. I mean, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful pitch.
And then the hit, the other video.
Yeah.
It just so, her swing.
Yeah.
It's so smooth.
So it's an experience they'll never forget. I mean, they made memories. Like any teenage girls, they were all ready to come home and, you know, needed the break from each other.
Yeah. But they'll look back and be beyond grateful.
Yes. But we all survived. Me, Mama Wheels, Addie, we all made it back. We made it back last night around 3?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was exactly 24 hours on the way back. So, and then I still had to drive back here to Barrie. So, but
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yes,
it's not just you get there, you get home, and then you got to come to your home. You get them home, and then you're like, and you're by yourself.
Yeah, yeah. But it was a great trip. Vero Beach is beautiful.
It is.
Very rich.
Yeah.
Part of Florida,
Yeah.
I realized. But yeah, definitely glad I went. Definitely enjoyed the weather. Got sun drunk, like I told you guys.
Easy to do, isn't it?
It's very easy to do because, you know, you get there and you're like, oh my God, sun. Oh my God, shorts, t-shirts.
Right?
Like, let's go. Like, you just want to, you know, be in the sun
like
as much as you
$1,000,000.
can. And then you're like, oh, wow, kills you. Like, you're ready to sleep for hours after that. But good time had by everybody. So
glad.
For sure.
So glad we missed you, but we're glad you got back safely.
Yes, me too.
That's the most important thing. That is a lot of driving.
It is.
My boss at Northfield, I coached there for 15 years, and he will always, in my eyes, be the greatest baseball coach Vermont's ever seen. And he went down there every year, and he coached. So he coaches at Norwich right now, and he just announced his retirement.
Oh.
So between coaching at Northfield, and I forgot to ask him yesterday when I went to watch the game, I don't know how many state championships he had, but I will find out. 600 wins, at least 8 to 10 state championships.
Oh, wow.
But he took his team, his spring training, he did fundraising all year long. They always went down to Florida.
I think that's awesome.
And talk about preparing your team. Then you come back to Vermont and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
I was always so impressed when he did that. So when you mentioned that you were going down, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because, like you said, you're not going to see that type of hitting pitching
in
Vermont. But you're going down there, and these kids are like, come on down. We'll take you on.
Yeah.
And what an experience.
Oh,
I would have given anything to have done
too.
that
Like
in
when
my
I
4 years at Montpelier.
stepped on the field for practice, my old high school coach went with the team too. So, you know, we were reminiscing about, you know, the good old days. And I was like, why did we never get to do this? Like,
right?
It's just so amazing.
Right?
But it was a lot of fundraising. That team, kudos to them for fundraising for the whole year like they did.
Yep.
They put in a lot of work to get there. So,
CB, you got any shout outs? Nothing. All right, then I'm up. And I've got time. Any more shout outs, bud?
Just one.
Yeah.
Actually. I apologize for being kind of out of the sports loop for the last week.
You're a little busy.
Yeah, just a little. And I also apologize that I was not here to give Caitlin Clark a shout out on Friday.
We took care of it, I think.
But hopefully
I don't know
these
if
guys
we-
did her justice.
tried.
I trusted
We
that.
tried. We
We
tried.
did try.
Definitely.
I trusted that, it was in good hands. So my shout out is to Oregon softball player Hannah Delgado. She is a senior on the Oregon softball team. On April 12th, she was injured going for a fly ball in the outfield. She hit headfirst into the wall, suffered a severe neck injury.
Oh, my goodness.
Luckily, it's nothing, that's going to hinder anything. Like, she's able to walk. She's got, mobility in all of her limbs. But it was senior game, and Oregon put her out in the outfield. Starting center fielder. She does wear a neck brace. Clearly not able to play, but they started her out there for her final
Aw.
game as a senior.
bless
So
That's awesome.
she was saved by a teammate who told her not to move. That was the biggest thing. She's
Yeah.
like, "Do not move."
Yep.
And the quick response from the training staff helped save her. So kudos to Oregon for giving her that.
Wow.
God
You know,
bless.
that
Dang.
moment, her
Yep.
moment out there.
Yep.
She came in, she hugged her team, she hugged the umpires. So a great moment for her to.
I
to
thought
be
you were
out there
going
with
with a
that.
different story, but I did not hear that
Yes.
story. So, hoo-wee, wow. My first shout out is to my dear friend Sue Duke. CB is going to flash up the Wienermobile. Sue, you are one of my favorite people. You are one of many favorites for everybody in Central Vermont. Graduate of Spalding High School. Played softball at UVM as well. Drove the Wienermobile.
I love
across
that.
That's
country
amazing.
I love that.
after graduating from UVM. And she can make you laugh within seconds. This gal, I'm going to have her on. I told her a year ago I'd have her on. She put a picture up reliving her Oscar Mayer days. And the story went on and on. You'd have to read it. She's so freaking funny. And then she's like, so now I think I should just run for president. So everybody's chime in how we would vote for her. So Sue Duke, you got my vote. You've got
Same.
3 votes right here, my friend. And I miss seeing you. Kelsey Plum. Wheels, you're going to love this one. We're going to put a picture up of Kate Martin, who was at dog class.
I saw that.
Kelsey Plum hosts a dog class inviting top college women basketball players for a 3-day skills camp and providing them with the resources for their transition to the WNBA, which we're just going to call it the W now. Big shout out to Kelsey Plum. That comes from Wheels too.
Did you see that they
Kinda.
actually had puppies and Pilates?
I
No
did
way.
see
See
puppies
that
and
stuff?
Pilates. Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was
We don't have a picture
freaking
of that?
adorable.
So cute.
And like the puppies were just, man, they must have been like weeks old.
They're
like,
so
my
tiny.
they're
They were like
so tiny.
so cute.
Big shout out to LSU women's gymnastics
Yes.
team. You've been runner-up, I think, 4 times. So congratulations on your first NCAA Division I
did see that.
gymnastics championship. Like Wheels does Caitlin Clark, I have to do another Dawn Staley shout out. I think I gave you the picture, CB.
Yep.
She's eating M&Ms while she's on the AAU circuit.
Yep.
Now, just imagine your season's over with. You won the national title. You know, you had your parade. I'm sorry, but I would be in Turks and Caicos right now or something. I don't know.
Yep.
She's on the AAU circuit. Imagine being a player and looking over and there's
Right?
Dawn Staley.
No big deal.
Just casually
I
eating
mean,
some M&Ms
oh my
at your
God,
AAU game.
she's just eating her M&Ms. So,
The question is, what type of M&Ms were they?
I was trying to look. Are they the ones with the pretzels in it? That's
They're
kinda
blue.
A little different.
Blue bag?
Blue
Yeah,
bag.
it's a
I
light
believe
blue
is
bag.
pretzels, I think.
See?
Because
Solid.
red is peanut butter, yellow is peanuts.
That's what I thought. The light blue is the pretzels.
I think.
Nice, salty, sweet.
Yeah. Doesn't she have assistants for this, though?
That's what I'm saying. So she's like, nope, got to go see
Right?
some
Hey.
ball.
And
'Cause
that's
you
why
can-
she's so successful.
You can see the other coaches. You know, they
Yeah.
have the name of their school, but you don't see a head coach.
No.
I'm like, what are you doing? Should be in Aruba somewhere,
Yeah.
but no, she's out on the AAU circuit. Jack Caglione, God bless you. You are a freaking stud. I remember watching him last year. He plays for the University of Florida. This year, he hit a home run in 9 straight games, and that tied an NCAA record. On this past Saturday, he was going for 10 in a row. He did not get it in his first 3 at-bats, and then he got intentionally walked in his last at-bat.
Dang.
It was a crucial time in the game with Vanderbilt. He had to be walked. They are calling him the Shohei of college baseball.
Damn.
He also entered Friday hitting .407,
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
22 home runs in 37 games. Here's the part CB is going to like. He also has a 3.89 ERA pitching. He's a pitcher as well. He plays two-way.
Oh my gosh.
49 strikeouts in 39 and a third inning.
Wow.
And right
That's
now he's
amazing.
the number 6 prospect. I have been following
All
this
of that,
guy
and
for
he's
a
the number 6
Right?
prospect.
prospect.
I got to see who's ahead of him.
Right?
Yep. Like,
Yep, and they were talking about it, and I didn't know enough about the guys, so I'm like, I'm going to have to read up more on these guys. But I'm like, yeah, he's 5th or 6th prospect right now. And I remember watching him last year. Now that we're getting into the swing of, no pun intended, baseball, softball season, I will definitely take in some more Jack Caglione games. He is so much fun to watch. And I have yet to, I know I watched him pitch last year, but I have yet to watch him pitch this year. So a big shout out to him. He's just so much fun to watch. I'm going to read you something because obviously the latter part of the podcast and Thursday will be all NFL draft. So I'm going to give us a way out here, okay?
okay.
So CBS, it's always CBS with me. If there's one thing that every mock draft is going to have in common this year, it's that they're all going to be wrong.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
very true.
Yep.
It's so true.
Yep.
Yep.
And Mel Kiper, who's been doing this for 46 years, I was watching him last night, and he gets a little more escalated the closer it gets.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if you want this prospect, you take him. It doesn't matter where you're at. You take him.
Right.
You can't wait. And he's going on. And I'm like, in other words, he's saying, the draft comes, and I hit on this one, and this one, but then where's this one come from?
Right.
We might see someone predict the correct landing spot for 5 out of 10. That's usually pretty good, 50%.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one ever gets every pick right, and that's because it's basically impossible due to the unpredictable nature of the NFL draft. So, with that in mind, my shout out is going to go to us because we're going to do a draft on Thursday. We will be on at 7:30. The draft starts at 8 o'clock. We will have some laptops set up, but what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange the studio a little bit to make it look like either the draft, where is it this year? In Detroit.
Detroit. Yep.
Or a draft room. So we're going to have some tables set up. We're going to have a little dinner before we go on the air. We're going to talk about the latest rumors because what I have said for over 2 months now is it's going to change from day to day.
Oh, yeah.
And for the second half of tonight's episode, we'll talk about the latest rumor. So we're going to talk about it, talk some high school scores, and then the draft comes on at 8, and we're going to predict the first 10, 12 picks. And we'll probably get 3 or 4 of them right.
I think we will.
Yeah.
At the end of tonight, we will do some little, we won't do Whiteboard Wednesday because we'll be on Thursday, but we'll try to predict at least the first 3, which I thought was pretty much in stone until I heard the latest rumor.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And
I
there's
have so many
quarter one.
reaction gifts ready for Thursday night.
Yeah.
I was showing them to Lori at work, and they're going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
CB, you got some really good ones.
I'll get all my giant stuff ready. I don't know who's bringing the lighter and the,
The
What's
one
the-
you got
what's-
of Dawn
what's the-
Staley, though, too, where she's
Yeah.
just going, the Dawn Staley one CB has, she's just going, what are you guys talking? The look on her face is
Yeah.
priceless. Is priceless. CB's got about
I
12
love
new
it.
ones.
I
that
love it.
she,
Got to take advantage of the Stream Deck.
right?
Having so much fun with it.
So I thought we'd talk in quarter number 2. I've got all these index cards going on. Softball. College.
Love it.
I watched
Upset.
too much of it this weekend. Is there any such thing? Thought we'd talk a little college softball. And then we talk about the portal a little bit. Because
That
what
damn
is
portal.
happening? You didn't have a chance to watch any because you were on the road.
I did not. I tried to keep up with as much as I could. I just know there were a ton of walk-offs and a ton of
Yes.
upsets.
So can we talk college softball? And I'm just going to tell you the 3 series that I really was sucked into. May have not watched all the games, but just watching the scores, watching the highlights. And then can we talk about obstruction some more?
Yes.
So UCLA and Stanford played.
Yep.
So we got Najee Kennedy. Am I saying that right? Yep. Freshman player of the year last year.
Yep.
Still a stud on the mound.
Oh, she's a beast.
She is a beast.
Yeah.
They might figure out just a little bit more now that she's in her
Right.
second year. So you got Stanford, UCL, number 6, and this is before the weekend. Number 6 and number 11, Stanford 6. UCLA sweeps Stanford,
Which I thought was crazy.
right? So 1-0 on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
9-3 on Saturday, and 2-0 yesterday. I think Kennedy pitched Friday and Sunday.
Yes.
And I watched her
Damn.
yesterday.
Yeah.
The 1-0 game ended on an obstruction call. And I want
Oh,
you
that
to-
sucks.
Yep, Google
Okay.
that and watch it at
Okay.
some point.
Okay.
The other thing about UCLA softball, because I am a fan, always have been, they started out 3-4. And you and I looked at each other
Yep.
and went, what is happening?
I did.
And since then, they've gone 23-5. But isn't it funny? They've played 28 freaking games. The amount of
I
games
know.
that are played just
Yeah.
mind-boggling.
And they already had like senior days.
right.
I'm like, how?
We don't even have shorts weather yet.
I know. I'm like,
I mean, and women's softball, we start the middle of May. We're freezing
Yep.
for like the first 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
So I get obstruction, and the way they drew it up, they dissected the 1-0 game. And I think it was a 9-inning game as well. So I get that you can't,
was it obstruction on the catcher?
yes.
Okay. All right.
You can't block the corner
Correct.
of the plate. I 100% get it. As I watched the play the next day, I went, how can that be obstruction? How can you play softball anymore?
Right.
I don't understand what's happening. So then they replay it again and they draw like this line. So, and then they show the catcher catching it. The throw, oh, I'm not even going to get ahead of myself. So then I go, oh, yeah, I guess it is obstruction.
Okay.
And that's how the game ended. Stanford's coach got thrown out when they went to the replay. Good for her. I would have
Right.
got thrown out
Oh,
too.
yeah, 100%. You got to argue.
So the throw from the outfield was money. But the throw carried the catcher
Okay.
up the line
Yep.
and into the obstruction pathway. But it was a freaking hell of a throw by the outfielder. So
I'm
now
gonna play it.
shame on you for that great throw. So what are you supposed to do?
That's tough because
Are you supposed to step up more?
Like
in the
up and
play
grab it and reach?
And grab it and then reach. Thank you, Wheels.
because
And I'm like, now you're taking away from these great throws by the outfielders too.
Yeah.
And I get it, but I don't get it.
I don't
so
either.
she's gonna have to go up more, not up the line, but
Right.
up into the field. Get the ball, and then she's good because I get it. The ball has to be in your glove. I
Correct.
get that.
Right,
I get
right.
it. But I want you to watch it because I'm like, wow. What number one? You just ended a powerhouse game.
Yeah,
in the
like
ninth
that,
inning,
which
I
is a
think that
crappy
was the
way to end
ninth
the
inning.
game. Yeah.
Yep. And there's a great throw from the outfielder. You're taking away that throw, and
I mean,
don't know.
I get the whole like you can't block the plate thing. I get that.
I get that 100%.
And literally the catchers have to now be in front of the plate. Like you literally have to set yourself up in front of the plate.
Absolutely, 100%.
And
And then once you get the ball,
you're free
then
to do it.
you're
yeah.
free to. It's free
as
game.
long as the ball's in your glove, yes,
Yep.
you're free to do whatever.
Yep.
I was under the impression that if the throw leads you out off,
That's my question.
yes, because we remember the Oklahoma Texas
Yes,
game.
Texas game, and that's how that. Yeah.
Because the throw led the catcher over, and she ran like the throw and the glove and the runner
yeah.
combined,
and
but
that's
it led
almost
her
the
off
same
there.
thing. I mean, it's not like that, but
Okay.
the throw was so good. I need you to watch it.
I will have to watch it. Yeah.
CB, did you get to play it?
I did.
What do you think of it?
It was a good throw. It was a
great
good throw.
but I'm like,
Yeah.
this is taken away from the game a
Yeah.
lot now.
Yeah.
I'm like, that game can't end on that.
No, because now really the catcher really has to be in that moment, be like, oh my God, now I got to go out
Right.
and get it
Yep.
and reach.
That's exactly, I was playing it out at home.
Yeah.
I'm doing what you're doing right now. I'm like, okay, when you draw the line and make it all pretty for me, I get it.
Right.
That was obstruction. But what a hell of a throw. So now you want them to go out onto the field more, go get the ball. Then it's free game. By then they've scored.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're taking away a heck of a throw at the plate.
Right.
Mark says in baseball you can't block the plate without ball after catch.
Without
then they
ball.
can sit on
Right.
the plate if they want.
Yeah.
Right. Without ball,
is
Yeah,
completely
without
get
ball,
that.
Yeah.
we get that. And hi, Mark.
But to me, if you're there, You're not blocking the plate. The ball is
Right.
there. You should be able to go wherever you want at that
I
point.
really want you to watch that one from the.
It's a
youth
close.
see
It's
it.
it's so close. It's
It
so
is
close.
And see that Stanford coach get thrown out.
Oh,
I'm like,
I-
good job.
Immediately,
Good job.
immediately, she pretty much.
Yep. I'm like, I don't blame you one bit. So I digress. CB, I digress all the time. Okay. The other series, Tennessee LSU.
Yes, I saw that too.
That is so. Tennessee wins. I did watch the game yesterday. Tennessee took 2 out of 3. It's the first time they've taken a series from
Yeah.
LSU since 2018. Just fascinating and great softball. Great softball. That is Tennessee's 7th straight SEC series win.
Oh wow.
I really like this Tennessee team.
Yeah, no, and no one at the beginning of the year was talking about them.
And they tend to not get talked about a lot until it gets to
Right.
the big dance. But I'm never sold on them.
I'm never-
I really,
yeah.
really like this team.
Yeah.
I really do. And Arkansas and Alabama,
Yeah, loved that.
14 and 15. Arkansas 1-0.
Yep.
We see we had said,
Again.
where are the 1-0 games?
Yep.
Well, they're coming back. Alabama 5-1 on Saturday, and then Arkansas
Yep.
8-0.
8-0.
That was some good softball.
Yeah. And I know there were a lot of upsets. Like I know Duke lost a couple games.
Yes.
They were upset. There were a couple other ones just like lower, not the high schools that you talk about, like getting some huge wins.
I said to CB, I've been saying ever since March Madness basketball ended, I don't know what to do because I just didn't think I was ready to get into softball.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm hook, line, and sink. I'm into softball, and I've also got to take some football games in too. Not football games, baseball games. See, I'm thinking football too much. But some good, really good softball. But you got to see that Friday call. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it, Wheels.
Mark says catcher should stand in front of the plate. She was blocking
Right.
before and could have caught the ball before blocking the plate. Thus, it was a good call.
So he saw the video. He's
Yeah.
watching. Okay.
Oh yeah, because I put it
Read
up.
that again.
So catcher should stand in front of the plate,
Yep.
like you guys were saying.
Right.
She was blocking before and could have caught the ball before and then blocked the plate. So
Okay.
he's
Okay.
calling a good
It's
call.
such
and
a-
Mark is an umpire.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, yep.
whatever Mark says,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good
no,
with.
no,
I'm
good.
just as
Yeah.
a fan,
Yep.
not an umpire, not
Yeah.
a catcher. I'm just like, whoa, and I love a good throw from now.
Oh yes.
Love
There's
a good
nothing like
throw.
the bang bang play.
Oh yeah.
So that's really all I was looking at.
Yep.
The transfer portal.
Oh,
Yeah, we obviously talked about Van Lith on Friday, and now I forget the gal's name.
Olsen.
No,
You guys talk about Olsen going to Iowa?
we did not. We left that
No.
one for you.
Yeah.
Another gal transferred from Kentucky
Yes,
to TCU.
saw that.
So the backcourt has now been made.
Yes.
And what we needed the reminder of that I gave CB was that let's not forget TCU is the team that didn't even have enough players at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, they had some volleyball players out there
That's
to be able to
amazing.
play.
You want to give your number 5 a shout out?
Yeah, I'm pretty
'Cause we
excited
didn't-
about
we-
it.
Go for it.
Caitlin Clark's replacement.
Well, there is no replacement.
I mean, there is
Yeah,
no,
no, there isn't.
replacement, but I can't remember her first name. Is it Lucy?
I
Olsen.
think so.
Olsen from Villanova. She was the 3rd leading scorer in the NCAA last year. Transferred to Iowa, and I love it. Love it. I think she's going to slide right in there. She's a
She
natural
is.
point guard. And, her first thing was she said, I'm not Caitlin Clark. I'll never be Caitlin Clark. But I want to go out there and just do my job.
Yep.
And I thought that was awesome.
Yep.
So I'm
She
pretty
will fit
excited
right
for
in.
them.
Her and Stolke will be a
Yeah.
nice inside
They
out.
will.
yeah.
Yep.
Freshman Sean Stewart of Duke on Friday became the Duke Blue Devils men's basketball program seventh player to enter the transfer portal. 7th player from Duke. He goes, blah, I'm grateful. Thank you for my time. I'm like, it was 1 year.
Right.
Thank you for my time, blah, blah, blah. So he joins Duke teammates TJ Power, Jalen Blakes, Jeremy Roach, Mark Mitchell, Christian Reeves,
Wow.
and Jaden Schutt in the transfer portal. Biggest name on there for me is Jeremy Roach, who then announced yesterday he will be going to Baylor.
Yep. Saw
Going to
that
play
today.
for Coach Drew. I don't blame him at all. And let's not forget Jared McCain and Kyle Filipowski. They're going to the NBA. So that's 85%
Wow.
of the minutes and 87% of the scoring from Duke's team.
What's he going to do? What's Shire going to do?
What they do have the number 1 recruiting
They do.
class.
Yes.
Led by, we're going to say this guy's name a lot, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
He is, but I said to CB today, I don't know, I think it was Mitchell, and Flags play the same position. So you just panic after your freshman year and
Right.
go, oh, Cooper Flag's coming and I got to go.
Right.
Come on, buck up.
Yeah.
Did they not just see South Carolina, who went 4 deep on their bench?
Right.
I mean, the more the merrier. You don't just run. That's 7 players that are running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm shocked. From Duke.
I feel like, do you feel
Duke.
like if Coach K was still there, that would happen?
Probably not.
That's what I'm wondering.
But I don't know because
I know.
in this day and age, everyone just leaves.
I hate it. I hate the portal.
I mean, Gino's bitching about everything, the NIL, the
I love him.
transfer portal, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So along the same lines, UConn freshman phenom Stefan Castle, just declared for the NBA draft. 6'6" versatile wing. He was 27 minutes a game. So I'm like, well, now UConn's getting hit as well. And so Coach Hurley again faces replacing several key players. Guards Tristan Newton and Cam Spencer are out of eligibility, so they're gone. We just talked about Castle. 7'2" center Donovan Clingan is going to the NBA. So Alex Caravan is the only starter who might return to UConn. And even he is checking out the NBA draft process.
Wow.
He just won the national championship. Gotta go. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I
hate
don't
the portal
understand.
because these coaches do so much work to recruit you.
Exactly.
Like they travel to see you, they do all this stuff. They invest all of this time in you, and then you're like, yeah, thanks. I'm
Gotta
just
go.
gonna go somewhere else now.
And as we're talking about Duke, why?
Yeah,
you
I don't
had
get
a
that.
great season.
And you're at Duke.
You all return with the number 1 recruiting class, and you're favored to win the national championship.
Right.
Isn't that what you? I mean, that's what I would want.
Right.
I'd want to be a team player.
Yep.
And you look at South Carolina and go, they could have gone 5 deep on their bench. It's a team.
Yeah.
You got to give up a little bit, but it's okay. You're still your name's still gonna be out there. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Haley Van Lith, I get it.
Oh, 100%.
Run.
Run and don't look back.
Yes.
Yes.
And the other thing is she could have gone to UConn, Notre Dame,
Yep.
South Carolina. She went to a program. She's like, not going to win a championship,
Right.
but I'm going to help rebuild this team.
Right. And she wants to have
And
fun.
like you said, CB on Friday, she's got to rebuild her stock
Correct.
a little bit.
Yes. Big
I
time.
don't know. I don't know. I read about this over the weekend, and I'm in shock.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
in
crazy.
shock.
You just won back-to-back championships, and you're like,
UConn and
Bye.
Duke are getting hit the most, and I'm going, why?
yeah, I don't get it.
And the last thing I will say as this quarter ends is Dusty May, who is the coach for Florida Atlantic, FAU, for the last 2 years, made a big name for that program. He is now the head coach at Michigan. His first big 4-star recruit announced, committed on Friday. It's a 6'3" guard named Justin Pippen. Do you want to guess who his dad is?
Scotty.
Scottie Pippen's
Scotty doesn't know.
son is going to Michigan. So good job, Coach May, your first big recruit. I'm sure there's going to be many more on the way. And that's a big one to get.
It is.
The name alone.
The name, yep. The name alone is going to get other
name
student
alone.
athletes interested in being like, hey.
Oh, my, nicely done. Quarter 3, we can start to talk NFL, but anybody want to talk about...
Real quick,
Yeah.
we got some comments.
Good.
So Kayla says Dartmouth College is playing May 4th at home. She's driving if you guys want to go.
Okay.
Mark says go Bruins and Celtics. But even cooler, Mark called a perfect game on Saturday. A great pitcher from South Burlington.
Nice.
Get this, 13 out of 15 were strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
So, Mark, that was the South Burlington U32 game played at Norwich that we gave a little shout out on Friday. And U32 had opened with a very impressive win earlier in the week, and it was their first time stepping on the field. All their
Oh, wow.
practices were in the gym.
Yeah.
He says, yes, that was the game.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, oh, my God, now they're getting South Burlington, who's solid D1 school. And they pummeled poor U32. But again, and I shouldn't even say pummeled, because U32's got a great program. It's good to play those powerhouses
Yes.
Yep,
at the
for
beginning
sure.
of the year.
Yep.
But great job, Mark. I give you a ding-ding, but CB's got those.
There you go.
Versus Angel Hernandez, who calls balls and strikes like he's investing in a computer-generated AI company.
God.
So
That is CB's favorite umpire.
I know. He's just getting worse and worse, too.
it's so bad. Like literally, Hi. Like literally call balls. Like he's just investing in a company that's, creating this computer generated, umpire. He's going to make a boatload of money.
I'm impressed, Mark. The nice job getting that. That's a big game to get.
That's such a cool.
U32 is solid in South Burlington.
And
They are one of the top
13 were
dogs.
strikeouts. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is insane. I went over to over to Norwich to watch a doubleheader, and it was so cold yesterday. I lasted 3 innings. 3 innings. And I just wanted to see Coach Pecora.
Yeah.
Because 50 years of coaching, and we will hit on that again one of these days.
It's hard playing
Soon.
softball here right now.
And that was baseball, and God,
Either just to sit and watch, shout out to the parents that have to sit out there in the cold and watch their kids play.
And I'm telling you, 50 years of coaching. So I said to a dear friend who coached with Frank, I was watching the 3 innings with him, Mike Zock, a hell of a coach as well. I said, does Nalita come to these games? Frank's amazing wife. And he goes, Lori. And 2 feet over to my right, there she is doing the book.
Oh, wow.
For Norwich baseball. I didn't recognize her because she was all
bundled up.
I couldn't see her face. God bless you. God bless you. Behind every successful coach is always the backbone of that
Always.
coach, and it's their spouse. Anybody have any thoughts on the NBA or MLB? Anything? Wheels, you're in a car. Nobody likes the NBA. I gave it a shot for us 3. I gave it a shot. Celtics are going to win it.
New Yorkers are happy.
Yeah.
New Yorkers are happy.
I think it's going to be different this year. I think we're going to see, I can't stand the Lakers. The sooner LeBron goes home, the better. I'm just so tired of him. Huge OKC fan. I just love them.
too.
They're
That's
young.
that's why I'm
They're
watching.
young. They're fun to watch. The Nuggets, they're just, I wouldn't be surprised
You
if
know
they
what
repeat.
I said on Friday, though? I gave Sacramento the play-in win before they played it on Friday because they had knocked the Warriors out a couple days beforehand. So I said to CB, 1 and 8 is going to be these young up-and-coming. It's a new era. So nobody even knows OKC's the 1 seed. And Sacramento's got a great young team
young
as well.
nucleus, yes.
Because I gave the Pelicans no chance with Zion not playing.
No.
Because they should have knocked out the Lakers.
Yes, agreed.
Because Zion got hurt 3 minutes, 3:13 to go in the game, 40 points on the night tie game. He goes out with a hamstring. So I put
surprised.
Sacramento in it. And the Pelicans, kudos to them, because it was 94-92 against OKC in that opening game yesterday. And they're playing without Zion.
Yeah.
But it's a good young team. I'm with you. I love OKC.
I just think they're so fun to watch.
And Shea Alexander,
He's great.
he's one of the best players in the NBA.
Yep. That nobody talks about.
SGA. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He is so good, and he got traded there. I got to find out because it was just like, yeah, sure, you can have him.
Right, he was-
because it
yep.
was for a veteran.
Yep.
2 or 3 years ago, and he is one of the best players. The other player that is so good is Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves. He's
they
awesome.
call him
The
Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man.
I love this
Yep.
guy. I will watch Minnesota play some more too.
And he's talking trash to Kevin Durant, who I can't stand, and I loved it.
Trash the
Loved
whole
it.
way. I mean, chirp, chirp, and Durant can't say anything.
No.
He just stunk up the joint.
Yeah. I think he's one of the most overrated NBA players of all time.
Thank you for saying that, because you want to know who can't stop talking about him every day? Stephen A. Smith. So today I tuned in just to listen to him, and he did say he didn't blame Kevin Durant. He said Devin Booker needs to step up, Bradley Beal needs to step up, because Kevin Durant is one of the greatest of all time. He goes on and on and on. And I'm sorry, but Ant-Man, you are fun.
Oh, he's fun.
to watch. I'm gonna watch more NBA.
This is when I actually do watch it. I'm also very intrigued of what's going to happen with the Warriors, and is that threesome going to
So
be broken?
as I talk about a new era, is it the end of an era?
Is it the end of the 3 of them?
Do you think it is?
I do, unfortunately.
I think Klay Thompson's gone.
But I think they're getting rid of the wrong one.
Yeah, it should be Green.
I think Draymond should be gone, and I think they should keep Clay. But
Klay went
that's-
0 for 10 in that last
Yeah.
game, and I'm like, there it is.
Yep.
And I think he's comes back from the knee injury, the ACL. He hasn't been the same,
No.
but I think he feels so much pressure on him that for his sake, I hope he does go somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I think they're done.
And it's sad that I'm
unfortunately.
saying that because
Yeah.
I love him and Curry together.
I do too.
One of the best
I do
backcourt.
too.
What were you laughing at over there?
Two things. Mark says no defense, which pretty much describes the whole NBA.
Yep.
What did I say to you, CB?
Yep. And then he said, let's talk some bowling. Need to reach out to more viewers. I don't know if I take offense to that because I love bowling.
She does, Mark. She
And
really does.
It does take. Hey, you know who does bowl is Betts, Mookie.
Mookie
yes.
Betts.
Yeah.
He like
Didn't know that.
like when he retires from baseball, he's gonna go ahead and be like a pro bowler. That's how good he is.
So, Mark.
Oh, Mark's serious, so he wasn't teasing. But yes, bowling. Let's talk about.
Mark, I have to tell you that at work today, I said to CB, I am going to watch the NBA more. I don't tend to watch it, but I like this new wave. I will say this about OKC and the T-Wolves. They do play a little bit of D. A little bit.
A little.
But I said to CB this morning at work, I said, I just don't understand. Because they don't play any defense.
Nope.
It's like they go, well, I'm going to show up on the offensive end, so I'm just going to take the defensive end off. So at 2 or 3 times, whether it's a highlight or I was watching it live, somebody's scoring from the wing in, and there's 3 people just standing there. They're not in help D. They make no effort to even get into position to take the charge. And I'm like, to me, that's sad.
Yep. And that's the NBA right now.
That
unfortunately.
just, I want to watch it, but I'm like, I'm such a defensive person that I'm like, you're just.
I mean, remember the era of the Detroit Bad Boys?
Yeah.
And the aggressive defense they used to play. I mean, Michael Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. Like, back then, they took pride in playing defense.
100%.
Now it's like, eh.
I give the T-Wolves, I thought they played the best D. And it was either them or OKC that would at least once the ball came over half court, because they're just going to walk it up anyways like they got all day.
Yeah.
And they were trying to trap over half court. And I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. I got so excited. That's why I watch college so much. I was so excited. And there are some great young players. And I even enjoyed watching Milwaukee without Giannis. Because they played as a team. Whereas, and I like Greek Freak. I like his game. But when you lose that big player,
Right.
and the Pelicans did the same thing, they just next man up, and they played really well. I was really impressed because I like the Pacers young team as well.
Yep.
There's more young teams in that Western Conference than the Eastern Conference.
Oh, for sure.
CB, tell me what your favorite thing is about MLB, because you showed me today when we looked at the standings.
Oh, I should have brought that up.
we got time.
Next
We're
time.
doing MLB and we're doing NBA.
No, I should have taken a picture of it. Maybe I can bring it up on standing. My favorite part is
Because we're
right
talking
now.
end of an era.
Yes,
maybe.
right now the Oakland A's have a better record than the Houston Astros.
You better give that a ding, ding, ding. Whoops, now you even got my watches like, whoops, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
Just got really excited over the Astros being in last place. And their record is 7-16.
Love it. Love every second of that.
So what are they missing that they had last year? You can't, it's not Justin Verlander. I know he just came back. What are they missing, CB? Or is this the end of an era?
I have no idea. I haven't watched and I haven't really been tracking except for the fact that they're losing. The only team that they're actually winning consistently against is the Rangers. So I don't know. You can, and Rangers aren't a bad team, so you're winning against the Rangers.
The Rangers are a very good team.
Right, and then
Very
you get
good
swept
team.
by the Royals. Like, what is going on?
Hey, don't knock those Royals, man.
Thank you.
I love their shortstop.
Yeah.
Witt.
Witt is, thank God darn it.
That
I'm
guy-
going to get a Witt shirt.
Me
I
too.
think.
I was thinking the same
my
thing.
God.
I mean, I lost some shirts in my backpack, so I got to replace them. So
I
you go.
said to CB the best series over the weekend was the Orioles and the Royals.
Yeah. I'm impressed with the Royals.
And
I
Witt
like
is
them.
a stud, and
He
he's
is
not
awesome.
going anywhere.
Yeah,
They
he is
signed
awesome.
him. He's
Yeah.
locked in. So the Orioles are 14-7.
Yep.
Royals are 13-9.
Yeah.
And the Orioles took two out of 3, but still, I think we forgot about Kansas City. Well, we didn't forget. It's just
Right,
When
yeah.
are they gonna? So it could be the Royals and the Pirates that do make some noise this year.
Mark
Glad
says.
you said that.
Mark
Bobby,
says, what do you guys think about Holiday?
Jackson.
Yeah, off to a rough start. He's
Off
one
to
for
a rough start.
1 for 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark says, send the kid back down.
Yeah, and Mark, we had talked a couple weeks ago about the Orioles because they have 3 or 4 in AAA that are just tearing it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Holiday was one of them. So when we were talking about it, actually that day,
Yeah.
Holiday was brought up.
Yep.
And we also talked about some of the Orioles players that were going 3 for 31, 2 and 2 for 23. But if he continues to struggle through
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah,
weeks,
I think Mark's
Yeah.
right.
Mark's
He's-
right. You can't
I mean,
screw with the confidence.
He's
No.
a baby. He's still a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
And
like
there's so
Mark
much
says,
pressure on him.
give him some time.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we talked about Al Leiter's son coming up for the Rangers, and he got pummeled in his first
Yeah.
outing on the mound, which is to be expected. Right. The poor kid in the dugout looked like, it was the end of the world. I get it. But, yeah, I say go back to AAA where the Orioles have like 3 or 4 that are right
Yeah,
on.
just replace him
Yeah.
with yeah.
Yeah.
One of the better teams in the American League that I didn't see coming again. We're what, 1 month in? Are we even 1 month in?
Just about.
So let's say we're approaching 25 games in. Is the Cleveland Guardians 16
Yeah.
and 6
Yeah.
and playing all the good teams tough or taking some series. I'm like I
I feel like every year they're in it though.
they are.
Yeah.
But
Like
then
every
I
year.
write them off and go,
Yeah.
this might Tino Francona retired. Yep, they're going down now. No. And I'm impressed. My other shout out's going to go to the Mets.
Yes.
Remember
Look
I
at
did
you
that.
giving them a shout out.
They started the season 0-5 and since then have gone 12-4
Look at that.
and are a couple of games behind the Phillies.
Didn't they
and
have like a
the
6-game winning streak at
They
one
did.
point?
And even when they got pummeled by the Dodgers yesterday, they took the first 2 games. I was tickled when they
I
won
would've
on
been.
Friday because I said, no, they're not going to get swept. I should start to believe in them. They did lose their amazing young catcher, Alvarez, to a, what was it again?
UCL tear in his thumb.
Mike, you got 4 other fingers. Come on. I'm
well,
just
is it his
kidding.
catching thumb? Because I get it.
Just kidding.
I don't really
When
know.
CB gives me that look, I'm going,
Because
They call it skier's thumb though.
as being a catcher myself,
and gripping too.
yeah,
That.
I just remember a lot of times if you catch the ball in the wrong spot, your thumb is constant. I just remember always, and anytime you caught it on the wrong
Yeah.
spot, man, hurts. I get it.
My last thing as we leave this quarter, why do our quarters go by so fast? This one is for both of you. So Jordan Montgomery pitched his first game on Friday for Arizona. 6 innings, 78 pitches, 54 of those were strikes. 1 hit ball, just gave up a
Not
home
bad.
run.
Not bad.
No.
In a 17-1 win over the Giants, where Blake Snell went 4 2/3 inning, gave up 9 hits and 5 runs, and he is 0-3 on the season.
Yes, he is. Thank you, Yankees, for not going out and getting him.
The
Thank
heck
you.
is going on there?
Also, what about how do you feel about Aaron Judge being booed this weekend?
Oh yeah, deserves it. He's
100%
he's
deserves
hitting
it.
like 100. He's
Yeah.
hitting like 100. What 170?
yeah,
170?
He's thank God for Soto, and I bet
Yeah.
we never thought we'd say that.
Oh yeah, no, him and
And
Volpe and Volpe and Cabrera.
Yeah.
Oswaldo is hitting really well. But
I mean,
everyone,
thank God everyone else is stepping up because Judge,
even Rizzo a
sucking.
little bit, but Aaron Judge, and then he's just like what gets me is when they interview and they ask him about how he's hitting. Dude has a smile on his face and like laughing.
Right.
Like, just beginning of the season, blah blah blah. Like,
And that gets you guys really.
freaking.
Oh, yeah. It's not funny.
If you go back to like late 90s, that just
Hot under the collar.
you don't laugh about that.
No.
Man, you should be
can you imagine Derek
pissed.
Jeter laughing?
No,
If
right?
he's hitting 170 something and
No.
somebody questions him about it?
Getting paid how many millions of dollars? What?
You know I love nothing
Like
more than when you
40
guys
million?
get heated up about the Yankees
Like what?
and the Giants.
Like he's legit making like what? Like 39 million a year to friggin' hit 170.
Yeah.
Like, and he's still playing the outfield consistently. My head is like, what's going? Like, is it his foot? Like, what is
Right.
going on, or is it just his eyes?
Because he's home run or strikeout, basically.
Yes, he's always been
so
that.
now he's Stanton.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. Stanton
I
was
just
hitting.
chime in with
Stanton
few
is
things here
hitting
and
better
there.
than him.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
CB came in here exhausted. Look at how wide.
Listen.
her eyes are about to
thought
pop
I'd
out
get
of
her
her
out.
head right now because of the
I'm,
Yankees.
I'm running on a lot of iced coffee.
I mean,
Shout
I'm
out to
loving
the
the
Denise.
fact
That was
that
good iced
Shout out to
coffee.
Denise. I had like 3 cups of iced
Great
coffee
iced
today.
coffee with the foam. Did you? The
Yeah, of
caramel
course.
macchiato?
Of course.
So
Good job, CB.
Mark says, "How about Carpenter going to the Red Sox?"
When did that happen? I don't pay attention to the Reds.
Yeah, me either.
We don't pay attention to the Red Sox, Mark. Sorry.
So now
But I
we
like
need you
Carpenter.
to chime in. I mean, we try to pay attention to all of them, but we tend to go Yankees, Mets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it happened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Are we talking Matt Carpenter? Or are we talking which Carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, I was thinking Matt too. If so, he's a little washed up last.
He is.
I was going to say,
100%.
isn't he? I thought he retired.
A little washed up, Mark.
Didn't he play with the Yankees like
He
Yes.
did.
like
yeah.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
And he sported that
The
fun mustache.
mustache.
So now that we're all heated up now because of the Yankees, who are in first place,
Right, and they beat the Rays. Like they took the series from the Rays. I love it.
right? And
I'm okay with it right
Didn't
now.
Judge get a big hit in that series, or should I just shut up because we should move on to
Did
the
he?
NFL?
I don't know. I never thought I'd say it, but I love how Soto is playing
Soto.
right now.
He
I
just-
love it.
He just looks like he's having
So
much fun.
Yes.
And just his defense too.
Yeah.
Like literally, the man is.
I may have to get a shirt. I
the
don't
man.
know.
Well,
Might have to
I'm gonna
happen.
see if he
Make
resigns.
sure he signs that
Yeah.
extension.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
going to
gonna-
get anything until
yeah.
then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to buy Mets ones, and then they would leave.
Oh, that happens to me with Giants all the
Yeah.
time.
And I'm like,
All
I'm
the
not doing
time.
that
Yeah.
anymore. I want Pete Alonso, but they keep saying he's going to get traded this year. I'm like,
I want a
whatever.
De La Cruz shirt, but I don't want to jinx it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the NFL headlines heading into Tuesday of draft week. And don't forget to tune in on Thursday, because as we're predicting our picks, we want you to predict the picks
Yes.
as well. And CB will be keeping a track of that. So here's today's headlines. Zach Wilson was finally traded.
I saw that. Bye.
Ding, ding, ding.
Some team wanted
I
him.
never thought
Wait.
anyone.
To who?
The Denver
Denver
Broncos. So Zach Wilson and a 7th rounder were
Wow.
traded to Denver. The Jets get back a 6th rounder, which is good on
Yeah.
their part.
Oh, yeah.
And we are talking about the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 draft. So remember that, because it happens every
year.
single year.
Yep, there's a bust.
So it used to be the Mitch Trubisky syndrome, I would call it.
Yep.
Now it's the Zach Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
So here's 3 names I got for you: Ben DiNucci, Jarrett Stidham, and Zach Wilson. Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding.
There's the Broncos quarterback.
Good
room.
luck, Sean Payton, and you hated Russell Wilson.
What?
Karma.
What? So is he going to get a quarterback in the draft as well? He has to. Who's Ben DiNucci?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
I
look
don't even
that
know
one up.
that.
I know Stidham.
I do too.
CB's got something going on.
I know.
over
What's
there.
going on?
No, no,
CB?
no. So I misunderstood Mark. They literally hired a former Carpenter for pitching.
Oh.
Oh,
Former Carpenter overcame injuries to finally make his MLB debut for the Boston Red Sox.
fascinating.
That's
it's
awesome.
a good one. And Mark's always got the good
Mark
ones.
says Red Sox are so desperate they're hiring construction workers. And I complain about Brian Cashman.
Right.
right? I'm going to go from Zach Wilson to Matt Ryan, who officially today retired from the NFL after 15 fabulous seasons.
Is Karen okay?
Finishing, I think so. I don't even think she knows.
Oh.
Finishing
Spoiler alert.
7th on the all-time passing list in the NFL. I ask you, is he going to Canton? I say yes.
I'm on the fence.
It's safe to say that.
I'm on
CB?
the fence. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know.
GM Elliott Wolf of the Patriots, who he's got to have one of the best jobs now that Belichick's out of there, says we are listening and taking calls concerning the number 3 pick in the draft. Do you guys know where I'm going next? Was the number 3 pick in the draft. There is ESPN's Jordan Renan reports there is strong belief by some, okay, guys, just some in the league. The Giants covet UNC quarterback Drake May. Sitting at number 6, the Giants are one of the teams with the most realistic means of trading in to the top 4. So I'm going to tell you guys, there's going to be a rumor every day.
I know.
And the day of the draft, probably an hour before, one of these prospects is going to go from the top 10 to falling out of first round, which I hope it doesn't for these prospects, because he was partying too much the night.
Right.
Something.
Right.
I'm just throwing shit out there. That's all I'm doing. But it happens all the time. The Giants have been quiet, though.
They have.
About the quarterback. And all I've been doing is saying 4, 5, 6, receiver, receiver, receiver. And the Giants, of course, being one of them. Stay right there. Take the receiver. There is still some good quarterbacks to take later in the draft as well, like a Spencer Rattler.
Right.
If you just want to have him sit. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Eagles GM Howie Roseman is making a ton of calls because the Eagles are looking to trade up, which they always do.
Always.
They always
They're
do.
great at draft.
They really are.
Like,
They really are. So those are the rumors right now. How you guys feeling?
I'm scared to death
Right.
because I heard the same thing. I heard Minnesota and the Giants both
Yep.
covet that third spot. Minnesota, I can understand because Kirk Cousins is gone. Sam Darnold is meh.
Yep. Sam Darnold, no matter what, might start for that.
Oh,
first.
I agree.
I
agree.
Might not.
But I am afraid that because the Giants have been so quiet, that they're going to blow this draft up.
Just take Neighbors, Harrison, or Odunze.
Just please, because, yeah.
Every time I turn on a draft show, which I tend to do that every night leading up to the draft for the past couple of weeks, everybody is talking Drake May up. Mel Kiper, everybody. It doesn't matter. Drake May is the guy.
Yeah.
And they're also saying, and I don't buy into this. I mean, it's true. Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr. are 23. Bo Nix is 24. Drake May is 21. And Orlovsky and Kiper are saying, and he's just scratching the surface of how great he's going to be. I don't know. And you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say, geez, May, it's because you go to UNC.
Yeah.
And all I can see is Sam Howell and Mitchell Trubisky. Because it's not fair to May, because he's not them.
No.
Or is he? I don't know. Because he went from he's going to be a Heisman. He could win the Heisman this past season to he had a rough season.
Oh, he had a terrible season.
So I'm like, what are we doing?
And if I'm the Patriots, I get it. They're going to take a cajillion calls from here till draft night. But they need a quarterback.
Ding, ding, that one.
Like,
because guess what? They have to take a quarterback.
They have to.
So I think
Unless
this
they
is
think-
all a smokescreen.
Right. Unless they... So say they trade with the Giants and they get the 6th pick. I mean, J.J. McCarthy should be there.
That if they trade that third pick, because everybody's hearing all these things,
Right.
So they're confident McCarthy's there at 6.
Yes, they would have to be.
But who's saying that the Chargers aren't going to trade out of that 5
Right.
hole to Minnesota?
Right.
They've got to be 100% sure that McCarthy's going to be
They
there
have
at
to.
6, because I do think the Patriots like him a lot.
I agree.
And everything, the McCarthy, he has been skyrocketing ever since they won the national championship. Not based on a lot of his film, because, I take that back. He comes from a Harbaugh offense, which is pound and ground.
Right, run first.
But
yeah.
you have to make, if it's 3rd and 10, you have to make that throw.
Right.
And he did.
Yeah.
Time and time again. So I know what they're seeing. He's oozing. There's so much potential.
Yes.
And what if he is donning a Viking helmet and throwing to Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah.
So I do think there's more to his game. And the thing I hear about McCarthy that I like is he is such a leader.
Yeah.
Everybody comes first. It's all about the team. And even watching an interview with him recently, he's like, I did what I had to do at Michigan. And Harbaugh's a genius, and when I had to make the throw, I made the throw. And when they break it down, Orlovsky breaks it down so well when, he fakes the handoff, first read, second read, and his throws are pinpoint. They're right on a dime. I agree with you, Wheels.
Yeah.
New England
They have
has
to.
to take a quarterback. And I'm going to continue to say what I said on Friday. The one who was going to slide out of the first round, that's all of a sudden shooting back up the draft boards, is Michael Penix as well.
Yep.
So he went from end of the first round to, I said to CB on Friday, he is going to get picked in the top half, 50 and up. I just don't see where he gets past 11, 12, 13, which is Minnesota, Denver, and the
Right.
Raiders.
Right.
I'm like,
All three of those teams need a quarterback. So
exactly. The one that could slide out is Bo Nix. I still think that. Unless somebody gets desperate
Yeah.
and says, well, we got to take a quarterback. I could see somebody trade back in or trade down. A lot of knock on him. He's got a good completion percentage. Not the most accurate
No,
quarterback, and
no.
he's not going to scramble a lot. So, again, it's all about what system.
Correct.
Who wants him. And so, yeah, the rumors are... I thought you guys were safe. I'm like, there's no way Drake May's going to the Giants, you guys. There's just no way. Well, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
You said it.
Nervous.
Wheels. I'm nervous.
that's a lot of money to be burning if
Yeah, right?
if Drake May is a Giant. I'm telling you.
Would you? Well, I'm going to ask you that later when we do a little whiteboard questioning here to end the show. The safest prospect I continue to read is Marvin Harrison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Cardinals GM loves to wheel and deal. He did last year, went down, up, down. Do you just say to the Cardinals GM, stop, and just take Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
If you're a Cardinal fan, I'm nervous for Cardinal fans. Just freaking take him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's going to trade out, I think it's going to be the Cardinals or the Chargers. But I'm telling that GM, just stay there.
You got to take. How can you not take
How
him?
can you not? Because here's the thing: with all his wheeling and dealing, there's 3 teams that are going to change their roster immensely after this draft. And the Cardinals, in my eyes, just my eyes, are the number 1 team. They have pick 4 and pick 27 in round 1. They have pick 35 in round 2, which is pick 3 in round 2. In round 3, and this is the deepest draft I have seen, this is my feeling, that I've seen in the last 10 to 15 years. In round 3, they have pick 66, 71, and 90.
Wow.
So there is 6 picks in the first 3 rounds, and 66 is the second pick in round 3.
Yeah.
You've done your
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Now you've got the deepest draft. I was saying on Friday Wheels that I've never seen so many receivers.
Oh yeah.
There is like 18 receivers, and you're talking it's going to go into round 3 and 4. You're still going to get a receiver that 2 or 3 years down the road is going to be an all-pro, and we're going to go, God, how'd that person last?
Right.
Well, there's like 18 to 20 receivers in this draft. So if I'm the Cardinals, you just sit right there and take the safest pick. Olu Fashanu is the other safest pick, tackle from Penn State. Nobody's talking about him.
Nope.
This guy is a prototypical tackle, can play either spot. He has athleticism. He's had back-to-back stellar seasons protecting the line for Penn State. No one's talking about him. But this is the deepest draft for offensive linemen
also,
as
yeah.
well. So I can't wait to see where Fashanu ends up because, to me, those are the 2 safest ones by far. The one that continues to fall is Keon Coleman, my receiver from Florida State. Talked about him on Friday. I think it's because the draft is so deep.
Yeah.
He's not a burner. That's the problem. He's not a burner. Oh, he can't separate. Everything thrown his way, he caught. He caught everything at Florida State until our guy our quarterback got hurt. So, yeah, he continues to fall. Devondre Sweat is my other one. He's a defensive tackle from Texas, and there's some good D tackles in this draft. He, honest to God, should be a first-round pick. The knock is he parties too much. And he has told all the GM, my partying is in my past. So within the last 2 weeks, he got arrested for DWI.
Jeez.
And he just plummeted.
So that red flag is as red as can be. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I really don't. The other roster upgrades, I said the Cardinals, the Commanders are the other one. They have a first-round pick, obviously number 2 overall. They have the 4th and 8th pick in round 2. They also have 3 third-round picks.
Wow. They could definitely get a quarterback, a receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they traded those 2 defensive ends when I remember when they did that, the trade deadline.
Yes.
Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
Chase Young, yep.
Well, now this is why.
Yeah.
There's two other teams that I'll give a quick shout out to, and neither one of them has a first round pick. That's what makes me laugh. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers trading up for Bryce Young.
Right.
And I take that back. The Chicago Bears do have a first round pick. Excuse me. They have two of them. So they're picking 1 and 9.
Yeah.
They don't have a second round pick. That's where I'm getting confused. But they have 1 and 9. And to me, they've made the most noise in free agency and trading for Keenan Allen to go with DJ Moore. The Panthers don't have a first round pick, but they have the first pick in round 2. They have the 6th pick in round 2. And they have the first pick in round 3. And because it's so goddamn deep, they're going to – I agree with I think it was Mina Kimes doing an over-under on the Panthers' wins this year. I think they had 2 last year.
2, yeah.
I put them right about 6. I'm going to put them at 6. So we talked about on Friday, most quarterbacks taken was in the 1983 draft with Dan Marino.
Yep.
6 were taken. Wide receivers, 2004, 7 were taken,
Oh, wow.
led by Larry Fitzgerald in that
Okay.
one. In the 2008 draft, 8 offensive tackles were taken, and that's the record.
In the first round.
Yep.
For
and
offensive.
the draft is so deep at receiver and
Yes.
tackle. So with that being said,
Wow.
let's do a little whiteboard, you guys. Want to? I want
Sure.
to. I think I gave you the board. Did I give you a board? Or did I
It's in
take
front
it
of
away?
you.
Right here. Right
Okay. So because the quarter is about to end, we're just going to do some fun draft questions before we sign off for tonight. So I will tell you guys this. Offensive tackle wise, I'm looking at who I think is going in the first round. 2, 4, 6. I got 9. Just letting you guys know that. All right, questions. If the Giants do stay at number 6, and Malik Neighbors and J.J. McCarthy are both there,
Oh.
as
Oh
a
my
Giant fan, who do you hope they
Oh
take?
my gosh.
No trade up, but both are there. You know what? If I'm the Giants, what I might do,
Oh, my
if J.J.
God.
McCarthy's there, I might trade back because you could get a boatload. But I take that back. I'd stay right there. CB, I gave you a board too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This is really mean to do when my brain is just.
Do you want me to go on to a different question? We go back.
No. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. My brain.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to see how much you guys like JJ. That's all.
Or is
So
it
I'm
how
like,
much we hate Daniel?
Yes.
No, but you got to like JJ too.
I do like JJ.
Yes,
Yes.
and I know you guys do. I just was testing it against Malik Neighbors, who
I do like Neighbors, but I don't think the Giants' problem.
Do you know
is
that
receivers.
these experts are starting to put Neighbors ahead of Harrison? That I don't agree with.
I mean, I think
like
Neighbors is amazing.
Yeah,
I
I do
think
too.
They're all amazing.
And Adunze is amazing too.
Right.
Of the top 3, they're all. I look at 18 receivers and go, I like all of you.
I have such disdain for Daniel. I
Same.
have to.
So you both went JJ.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of
Well, I
him.
definitely
Daniel's gotta
gotta
go.
take note of this for Thursday.
Gotta go.
All right, with me saying that, what did I just say to you guys? How many quarterbacks went in the 1983 draft? 6? 6. How many quarterbacks go in round 1 on Thursday night? I'm going to play the game too.
Wait. Say that again. I got distracted.
How many quarterbacks do you think will squirrel will go? Oh, we got to get that squirrel from Raylene, by the way. How many quarterbacks go in round 1 on Thursday? That's round 1 only.
How many went in? What was the most?
So 6 in the 1983 draft.
I say 5.
I say 5.
Mark says 3.
Whoa, I'm going to write that down, Mark.
I'm gonna go with 5.
Okay. 3.
Maybe.
I have
Yeah.
Williams, Daniels, May, McCarthy, Penix.
And that means Bo Nix is the one that
Yeah.
slides out of the
I
top
am not
6.
set on Bo Nix whatsoever. I wasn't
Yep.
in college, and I'm still not.
I look at him and I see Mitchell Trubisky. Sorry.
Mark, definitely play with
I
us.
don't know why I do that. Where was I here? Oh, here's a good easy one. What round does the first running back go in?
Oh,
Round
probably.
2 or round 3?
I think round 3.
I say round 2. Somebody's going to surprise us and take.
And I will say
There
this.
are teams that need a running back.
Jalen Wright, Trey Benson, Jonathan Brooks, Blake Corum are all awesome.
They are.
It's running backs being so devalued.
Yeah.
Because you get any of these 4,
Yeah.
you've gotten a steal in the draft in
Agreed.
round, even in
100%.
round 2.
Yeah.
Mark says 2.
2 to the Cowboys is where I'm going.
The Cowboys need one.
Yeah, they need one.
Cowboys or Cleveland, because I'm not.
Or do you
I'm so
yeah.
saddened by Nick Chubb's
Yeah.
injury. So you said two.
Two.
You said 3. Mark says 2. Who gets traded this weekend? I'm only going to give you 2 choices.
Okay.
Cortland Sutton of the Broncos or Brandon Ayuk of the 49ers.
Ooh.
Or there's a third option. Neither.
Karen says round 1.
Running back? No. Sorry. That was really nope.
Sutton or Ayuk?
What's his name? Sean Payton already traded Jerry Jeudy. Cortland Sutton has led them the last 2 years, and the grumblings are he doesn't like Sutton either. I'm like, what is wrong with him?
Well, if
So-
I'm Sutton and those are my quarterbacks anyway, I'm running
I'm
for
out.
the
Yeah.
running for the hills.
What was that other guy's name?
Karen says lots of wide receivers to go around. Someone is taking a running back before others have a chance.
Round 2. Cowboys.
I'm gonna
Ben
say
DiNucci. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
Ben
just
DiNucci.
going to keep saying that name. Or neither. You can say neither.
I'm gonna go with
GM Lynch of the Niners says, we hope Ayuk ends his career here, which I think Ayuk.
Yeah, that's what I was
Neither?
writing. I was writing down Ayuk.
yeah. I say neither, but I'm not confident in that. But I don't know.
So we'll go
Sean
Ayuk.
Payton to me is being dumb, so I don't know.
So far the best question was the Giants question.
Oh yeah,
right?
that was tough.
Okay, 2 more. If there is a shake-up trade in the top 10 only, is it going to be Patriots at 3, Cardinals at 4, or Chargers at 5?
I think
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going Patriots, even though
You're
they
going
shouldn't.
Pats. Okay.
I don't think they should, but I think it's going to be the Pats.
See, we're going to add some more intrigue. And last, there's been a lot of talk of the Jets trading up for one of the top 3 receivers, which
Ooh.
I think would be silly. But of all the mock drafts I've looked at recently, has them staying at 10. You keep hearing 2 things. They need a lineman, and there's a lot of them, I get that, but they need one of the studs. Do they at 10, and here's the 2 I'm hearing, it's either an offensive lineman to protect Aaron Rodgers, or it's a toy for Aaron Rodgers named Brock Bowers, the tight end from Georgia. So is it an offensive lineman or Brock Bowers? Is it a toy or is it protection?
I think you have to.
You have to go O-line.
you have to
Thank
protect
You have
him.
to always.
I agree.
He's just coming back.
We're
also,
all saying protection.
You get
all
him
of us.
Mark
the
says-
best available
Yeah.
O-line.
Because
that
at
is
10, you're
10.
going to get, I think Joe Alt will be the first one
yeah,
to go.
he's going to go first, yeah.
And for some reason, everyone has him at the Titans, including me. But then you're talking the next 5 are so freaking
Yeah.
good.
You got
I'm
him.
like, you got to.
And I think Aaron will tell them.
yeah.
Yes, because if it's Bowers, it's another toy for him.
Yeah, but
But you got to stay upright. Remember,
yeah.
how long was it before last season ended for him?
3 snaps.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
4 minutes in.
Mark says Chargers and O-line.
Chargers and O-line. Yep. Agrees with us. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
So,
God,
okay.
Thursday is going to be so fun.
We will not be on Wednesday, obviously, because we will be on Thursday at 7:30. So drink a lot of caffeine during the day. We will probably be on for 2 hours because even 10 or 12 picks, it's probably going to take a good hour
Oh,
and a
yeah,
half.
for sure. For sure.
We're going to have the studio set up a little differently, so we're going to try to make it into our own draft war room. So we will see you at 7:30. Draft starts at 8, but we'll have plenty to talk about in that half hour
Oh,
because I
yes.
don't even know where the last hour and some odd just went.
so fast.
Right? So thank you for tuning in on Marvelous Monday, and we'll see you on Draft Thursday. I can't wait.
Can't
Have a
wait.
good week.